As we're closing out, by the way, I was checking foreign screens once again. So Europe is still reeling under losses, 1.5%. Futures on Wall Street are down anywhere between 0.8% on the S&P 500, over 1% on NASDAQ. Let's see. The hope is going to be that we have actually, preempted the Wall Street selling, and that's what the bulls will go in with, that hopefully we've seen this today and then we'll have some stability overnight from the US. But for what it's worth, there was a pullback, a 100-point pullback, no less, from the lows of the day. So instead of a 300-point cut, the Nifty is now looking at a 200-point cut. But still, cut nonetheless. Hero MotoCorp, Tata Steel, Tata Motors, these are some of the weakest stocks. NTPC losing a lot of those gains that it saw earlier in July. Eicher, these are some of the big names on the way down. SBI, L&T. Actually, I'll have to say it's just completely red. I mean, only few stocks, Divis and Nestle, are the two ones that have managed to put on at least a 1% gain. Otherwise, it was a down day. We didn't have too many stocks on the upside. It's just the ones that were falling stopped falling as much. And that is what resulted in that 100-point pullback.
Well, HUL, Asian Paints and Tech Mahindra deserve mention for the kind of recovery they saw in the last 10 minutes. So HUL, Asian Paints are ending with a gain of more than about 0.5%, and Tech Mahindra, with the recovery, has erased all its post-earning losses. Remember, post the earnings, Tech Mahindra fell, but with the up move that we've seen over the last few days, Tech Mahindra is back to where it was prior to that. The Nifty Bank has recovered close to about 300 points from the day's low. It's still ending down 550, 600 points, but significantly off the day's low. A quick run through of some of the big losers. Strides Pharma post numbers down 7%, so that stock was weak. You had sharp cuts on Piramal Enterprises, Z Entertainment, JSPL, BHEL. These are stocks with cuts of anywhere between 4 to 5%. On the gaining side, PVR Inox manages to buck the trend. That's up. And you had strength in Loris and Divis Laboratory and Marico and Nestle.
I wish I could turn my screen around and show you this chart. But basically, what the market has done today, guys, is there's basically a rising trend line from the lows of March. I'm not talking, say March nowadays, people assume 2020, not 2020. That you'd have to go back a long way, but March 2023, that low basically was 16,800. Right? I mean, we're still about 3,000 points above it. So from 16,800, there's a rising trend line, never broken. The one touch point in June of 2023. Today, we've basically touched that. There's a touch and then there is a bounce off that one. So I think that remains the one to watch. That basically is the day's low today. So 19,423. Maybe tomorrow morning we can put the chart out, and that'll do the talking in terms of what this looks like. But 200 points could have been 300. So there was a bit of a bounce. 19,500 plus is where the market closes. It's a wrap from all of us here. Thanks very much for staying with us. But don't go anywhere. Our Wednesday special, Mad About Markets, comes up next. Stay tuned.